is very long. T.S. Eliot. I mean, he's given credit for it because he's the one who bothered to write it down. He's not the first person to say it, certainly not the first person to think it, feel it. But he wrote the words on a sheet of paper and signed his name to it. And the four-eyed prick was a genius. So if you say it, you have to say his name after it. Life is very long. T.S. Eliot. Absolutely goddamn right. Especially in his case, since he lived to be 76 or something, a very long life, especially in those days. And he was in his 30s when he wrote it, so he must have had some inside dope. Give the devil his due. Very few poets could have made it through his trial and come out on the other side brilliantine and double-breasted and Anglican. Not hard to imagine how Mark Crane or John Barrowman might have reacted, faced with Eliot's first wife, lovely Viv. They would have Olympian suicidalist right off the nearest bridge. Not Eliot. Following sufficient years of ecclesiastical guilt, lock her in the nearest asylum and get on with the day. God Almighty, you have to admire the purity of the survivor's instinct. Barrowman, the old goat, the world is gradually becoming a place that I do not care to be anymore. I don't know what it says about me that I have a greater affinity with the damaged. Probably nothing good. I admire the hell out of Eliot, the poet, but the person, I can't identify.
Son of a bitch!
My wife, Violet, she takes pills, sometimes a great many, and they affect, among other things, her equilibrium. Fortunately, the pills she takes eliminate her need for equilibrium. So she falls when she rambles, but she doesn't ramble much. My wife takes pills, and I drink. That's the bargain we've struck, one of the bargains. Just one paragraph of our marriage contract, cruel covenant. She takes pills and I drink. I don't drink because she takes pills. As to whether she takes pills because I drink, I learned long ago not to speak for my wife. The reasons why we partake are any more inconsequential. The facts are, my wife takes pills and I drink. And these facts have, over time, made burdensome the maintenance of traditional American routine, paying of bills, purchase of goods, cleaning of clothes or carpets or wrappers. Rather than once more assume the mantle of guilt and vow abstinence with my fingers crossed in the queasy hope of righting our ship, I've chosen to turn my life over to a higher power and join the ranks of the hiring class. It's not a decision with which I'm entirely comfortable. I know how to launder my dirty undies. Done it all my life, me or my wife. But I'm finding it's getting in the way of my drinking. Sobriety, some things have been said for sobriety, but very little. Barrowman again. And now you are here. The place isn't in such bad shape, not yet. I've done all right. I've managed. And just last night, I burned an awful lot of debris. You know, a simple utility bill can mean so much to a living person. Once they've passed, though, after they've passed, the words and numbers just seem like otherworldly symbols. It's only paper. Worse. Worse than blank paper. This is clean.
Thank you.
I apologize for the temperature in here. My wife is cold-blooded, and not just in the metaphorical sense. She does not believe in air conditioning, as if it's a thing to be disbelieved.
My daddy was the same way, so I'm used to it.
I knew Mr. Youngberg, you know.
Oh, you knew daddy?
Small town. Bought many a watermelon from his fruit stand. And some summers he sold fireworks too, right?
Yes, sir.
I bought Roman candles for my children. He did pass, didn't he?
Yes, sir.
May I ask how?
He had a heart attack. Fell into a flatbed truck full of wine grapes.
Wine grapes in Oklahoma. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
May I ask about the name?
Hmm?
He was Youngberg, and you are
Mona Bach.
Mona Beta.
Yes, I went back to the original language.
And does it mean Youngberg?
Yes, sir.
And taking the name, that was your choice?
Yes, sir.
Cheers.
Bab?
At night within that ancient house, immense, black, damn, Madonna.
Bab?
Yes?
Did you Polish?
What?
Did you?
What, dear?
Oh, God damn it. Did you? Are the police here?
No.
Is this a window? Am I looking through a window? Window!
Can you come here?
Oh. Hello.
Hello.
I didn't know you were entertaining.
This is Jana, the young woman I told you about.
Oh, you're telling me he's a woman?
Pardon?
Woman! Woman! Woman!
Yes, dear. The young woman I'm hiring to watch the place.
Oh, you're hiring women's now the thing. I thought you meant the other woman.
What other woman?
Huh?
I'm hoping to hire her to clean and cook and take you to the clinic.
In
and to
the interest of civil action, your particulars ways of speaking, I thought you meant you had thought a woman to be hired.
I don't understand you.
Hello.
Hello.
Like this. I'm Violet. What's your name?
John.
You're very pretty.
Thank you.
Are you an Indian?
Yes, ma'am.
What kind?
Cheyenne.
You think I'm pretty?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm like this. Like this.
Oh, careful.
You're the house now. Sorry. I took medicine for my muscular.
Why don't you go back to bed?
Why don't you go fuck a fucking sow's ass?
All right.
I'm sorry. I'll be sickly sweet. I'm so sweet. Any labially sweet.
I believe I mentioned over the phone that Dr. Burke recommended you. He feels you're qualified to handle the needs of our household.
Well, I have a year toward my nursing certificate from Tulsa Community College, but I did have to drop out with Daddy dying. But I saw my mom and Grandma through bad times.
Dr. Burke says you were struggling for work.
I was cleaning houses and babysitting.
He did tell you that we wanted to live in.
Yes, sir.
We keep unusual hours here. Try not to differentiate between night and day. I doubt you'll be able to maintain any sort of a healthy routine.
I need the work.
The work itself, pretty mundane. I myself require very little personal attention. Thrive without it, in fact. Sort of like a human cactus. My wife has been diagnosed with a touch of cancer. So she'll need to be driven to Tulsa for her final chemotherapy treatments. You're welcome to use that American-made behemoth parked in the carport. You're welcome to use anything, everything, all this garbage we've acquired our life's work. If you're going to live here, I want you to live here. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Please, call me Beverly. Do you have any questions?
What kind of cancer?
I didn't say? My God, I nearly neglected the punchline. Mouth cancer.
And what pills does she take?
Valium, Vicodin, Darvon, Darvocet, Percodan, Percocet, Xanax for fun, OxyContin in a pinch, some Black Molly's once just to make sure I was still paying attention, and of course, Dilaudid. I shouldn't forget Dilaudid. My wife, Violet, my wife, doesn't think she needs to seek treatment for her habit. She's been down that road once before and come out of it clean as a whistle. And chose for herself this reality instead. You were about to ask why my wife isn't currently seeking treatment, weren't you?
No, sir.
Oh, good. That relieves me. Now, hold on a second. My last refuge, my books. Simple pleasures. Like finding wild onions on the side of a road, or requited love.
T.S. Eliot.
Read it or not, it's not a job requirement. It's just for your enjoyment. Feel free to read any of my books. Here we go round the prickly pear. Prickly pear. Here we go round